नमस्कार. जय श्रीकृष्ण. श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा. Rejuvenating text 23 and text 24 of chapter 1, the activities of Maharaj Priyavrat of 5th canto, the creative impetus of Srimad Bhagavatam. Text 23. इति ह वावस जगति पतिरीश्वरेच्छया निधि वेशित कर्माधिकारो अखिल जगद्बंध ध्वंसन परानुभावस्य भगवत आदिपुरुषस्यानघ्रि युगला नवरत ध्यानानुभावेन परिरंधित कषायाशयो अवदातो अपि मान वर्धनो महताम महितलमनु शशास. Following the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Maharaj Priyavrat fully engaged in worldly affairs, yet he always thought of the lotus feet of the Lord, which was the cause of liberation from all material attachment. Although Maharaj Priyavrat was completely freed from all material contamination, he ruled the material world just to honor the orders of his superiors. The words Manavardhano Mahatam, just to show honor to superiors, are very significant. Although Maharaj Priyavrat was a liberated person and had no attraction for material things, he engaged himself fully in governmental affairs just to show respect to Lord Brahma. Arjun had also acted in the same way. Arjun had no desire to participate in political affairs or the fighting at Kurukshetra, but when ordered to do so by the Supreme Lord Krishna, he executed those duties very nicely. One who always thinks of the lotus feet of the Lord is certainly above all the contamination of the material world. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Yoginam api sarvesham madagatenan taratmana shraddhavan bhajate yo mam sa me yukta tamo mataho. Of all yogis, he who always abides in me with great faith, worshipping me in transcendental loving service, in most intimately united with me in yoga, and is the highest of all. Bhagavad Gita 6.47. Maharaj Priyavrat therefore was a liberated soul and was among the highest of yogis, but superficially he became the emperor of the universe in accordance with the order of Lord Brahma. Respecting the order of superior in this way was another of his extraordinary qualifications. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 6.17.28, Narayanah Paraha Sarve Na Kutashana Bibhyati Swargapa Varga Narkeshva Api Tulayartha Darshinaha. A devotee who is actually advanced is not afraid of anything, provided he has the opportunity to execute the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the proper explanation of why Priyavrat engaged in worldly affairs, although he was a liberated soul. Also, only because of this principle does a Mahabhagavata, who has nothing to do with the material world, come down to the second platform of devotional service to preach the glories of the Lord all over the world. Text 24. Athacha duhitaram prajapatera vishvakarmana upayeme barhishmatim nama tasyamu ha vava atmajanatma samanashila gunakarma rupa viryo darandasha bhavayamba bhuva kanyam cha vaivasi murja swatim nam. Thereafter, Maharaj Priyavrat married Barhishmati, the daughter of the Prajapati named Vishwakarma. In her he begot 10 sons, equal to him in beauty, character, magnanimity and other qualities. He also begot a daughter, the youngest of all, named Urjaswati. Maharaj Priyavrat not only carried out the order of Lord Brahma by accepting the duties of government, but also married Barhishmati, the daughter of Vishwakarma, one of the Prajapatis. Since Maharaj Priyavrat was fully trained in transcendental knowledge, he could have returned home and conducted a business of government as a brahmachari. Instead, however, when he returned to household life, he accepted a wife also. The principle is that when one becomes a gruhastha, he must live perfectly in that order, which means he must live peacefully with a wife and children. When Lord Chaitanya's first wife died, his mother requested him to marry for a second one. He was 20 years old and was going to take sannyas at the age of 24. Yet, by the request of his mother, he married. As long as I am in household life, he told his mother, I must have a wife. For household life does not mean staying in a house. Real household life means living with a wife in a house. 3 words in this verse are very significant. Uho vavo. These words are used to express wonder. Maharaj Priyavrat had taken a vow of renunciation, but accepting a wife and begetting children have nothing to do with the path of renunciation. These are activities on the path of enjoyment. It was a great source of wonder, therefore, that Maharaj Priyavrat, who had followed the path of renunciation, had now accepted the path of enjoyment. Sometimes we are criticized because although I am a sannyasi, I have taken part in the marriage ceremonies of my disciples. It must be explained, however, that since we have started a Krishna's conscious society and since a human society must also have ideal marriages to correctly establish an ideal society, we must take part in marrying members of the society, although we have taken to the path of renunciation. This may be astonishing to persons who are not very interested in establishing Daiva Varnashrama, the transcendental system of 4 social orders and 4 spiritual orders. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, however, wanted to re-establish Daiva Varnashrama. In this Daiva Varnashrama, there cannot be acknowledgement of social status according to birthright, because in Bhagavad Gita it is said that the determining considerations are guna and karma, one's qualities and work. It is this Daiva Varnashrama that should be established all over the world to continue a perfect society for Krishna's consciousness. This may be astonishing to foolish critics, but it is one of the functions of a Krishna's conscious society. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.